Understand this at all whatsoever. Do you understand this?
Gwyneth didn't go to Meghan Markle's home. Meghan was summoned to Gwyneth's house because she was asked to do this favor and because they're both represented by WME. But this was all a PR stunt to distract from the fact of the very serious allegations that Harry is the royal racist, his misogynist, misogynoir, and for you who don't know what misogynoir is that you're a misogynistic person, but to Black people specifically, and that funds are missing, and that the investigation, the charity is under investigation, and that they all piled on a Black woman, but they picked the wrong woman. So what do? They do a 10-second video with Gwyneth Paltrow. And we're going to dissect that little video a little bit and give you the clues and the body language of Gwyneth Paltrow. And also, we're going to talk that Harry has finally met a woman who is clapping back. And not only that, he's been accused. I mean, they can't claim racism. Harry can't claim that, or Meghan can't claim that, they're being racist against her because actually they are being beaten at their own game. And let's get started, beautiful people. Did I tell you to subscribe, share, and like? That really helps this old lady, guys. And thank you for your support. Thanks for the live yesterday. I apologize. I was swearing a little bit, but it just gets my blood boiling when so much corruption in the world with people abusing their platform to do good, So we're going to go little by little with this video here so you guys can see it. And I'm going to show you how the body language of Gwyneth Paltrow, the question that it was asked, because this question was posed by WME, because can you comprehend who says that? People say, what is the beef between you and Meghan? Is there a beef between you and Meghan? That's how people ask. But let's go start with this, guys. Guys, we all leave comments. This was a specific question, specifically targeted to how Gwyneth issue this, and this was dropped pretty much around the same time that the news that Harry of the accusations that were happening. But let's not forget that Gwyneth Paltrow is an Oscar-winning actress.
Understand this at all whatsoever. Do you understand this?
And do you see, like, she looks at her and Meghan, and then she opens her mouth, which is what she's usually for, and put something in it, which she's very famous for. She can't really even look at the camera. She kind of glances at it, but then she just looks away and puts the thing in her mouth. It's the most uncomfortable 3 or 4 seconds that she could do because, look at this. Look at
I genuinely do not understand this at all.
Yes, you do. This is the hypocrisy of it all, because she just went on Vanity Fair and said she did not know Meghan Markle, that that she would send her a pie if she managed to get through her security details. She's had dinners, private dinners or very public dinners that she's posted in her Instagram account, and Meghan has never been invited. I mean, heck, even Abigail Spencer, Meghan Markle's friend, made it to a soiree of Lara. And this is very indicative. Do you know, during the Meghan Netflix show, they asked her what she's wearing. She says, I'm wearing a Laura. I can't remember the name of the sweater. Gwyneth had a party for this person. Yes, I mean, it's Laura, not Laura. Why did I think Laura? It's Laura Piana, to the point that Gwyneth Paltrow hosted an intimate dinner. And guess who wasn't invited? And Meghan was wearing a Laura Piana sweater. I'm wearing Zara pants and a Laura Piana. Yeah, I'm going to show it to you right now. This is on May 4th, 2024. Yes, Gwyneth Paltrow. Inside Gwyneth Paltrow's intimate group dinner at her Montecito home with Laura Piana. Oprah's there, There you go. Like, I promise everyone will be in bed by 9, joked Gwyneth Paltrow to an intimate group of around 40 guests last year, where Meghan was not even there. And she partnered with Laura Piana for the first time, which means that Meghan has been stalking this woman forever, and yet she was not invited to the party. Isn't that something? Those of you who are saying, oh, they're secret friends, no, they haven't. This was just a favor in order to basically cover up what we're about to show you. And just so you know, if Gwyneth, who had Meghan Markle there yesterday, is following Meghan Markle, maybe right now. Right now it's Wednesday, the 26th, and it's 9:50 a.m. in the morning as I record this video. Maybe here now she's following Meghan. No, maybe she's following as ever. Oh shit, sorry. She's following us as ever, but she's following us ever NYC, not Meghan Markle's charity or brand or anything you want to call it. And another thing that's very important for you to know is that Gwyneth didn't tag Meghan Markle in that post that she made. She didn't tag her at all. You know how sometimes you tag other brands? She didn't tag. Meghan Markle basically grabbed Gwyneth's video and posted it on her stories as well. I asked Gwyneth yesterday during my live if she's friends with Meghan Markle. Why isn't she following her on Instagram? If there's no feud, God knows she's following over 1,700 people. Yet she's not following either of Meghan Markle's accounts. So I'm going to show you now what is really going on and why this happened. Yep, this is why they did that 10-second clip. Absolutely why. Prince Harry, in astonishing racist, sexist bullying row. Chairwoman of his beloved African charity makes thinly veiled swipe at those who played the victim card and accuses colleagues of harassment and misogyny after he quit amid bust up with her. The fallout apparently was especially with Prince Harry. What do? Harry runs like a little bitch to the press. Oh my God, my mom using his get out of jail free card, which is his mother. Oh, it's so sentimental for me. The unthinkable has happened. Then it didn't need to happen. You could have gone to court very quietly because she didn't make a mess. She didn't make a fuss. He could have gone to court and explained to court she's not doing things correctly and we want her out and she's refusing to go. Okay. And what is very interesting that something changed last year. What was it that happened in November last year? Trump won. Guess where Harry was when Trump won? Remember that Harry went to New York to raise funds for African parks as well for Sentebale? Yes, in October. He was in Africa. He was in Lesotho and then he was in Botswana when Trump won. And he knew that the game and the gig was up, that the game was over. Okay. So he traveled last year in October. Yeah. He was there at the beginning. When he went, remember, he went and he did the Clinton Foundation and then Harry went AWOL for a few weeks. But yesterday, Harry quit in solidarity with his co-founder and the entire board of trustees after the relationship between the charity's trustees and the chair of the board broke down beyond repair, creating an untenable situation. So basically, they're all saying, we're not backing her because guess what she wanted to do? Guess what this lady wanted to do? Who was the global chief operation officer for Morgan Stanley. I mean, guys, you do not, and she was unsure of making sure of everything was transparent and they met all the legal standards. This is how clever this lady is. What did she want to do? She wanted to focus the fundraising in Africa because she knows nowadays, especially with USAID cutting all their funding, that they need to be more competitive. They need to show transparency. She was basically outing them as misusing funds, as not fulfilling their quota, because now more than ever, Lesotho and Sentebale are going to be under a microscope. And last year, when she was appointed the chair, she started looking at things and things were not what they seem. So she's a born lawyer and she was appointed to be chair of the trustee last year. It's reported the trustees were deeply unhappy with the decision and wanted her to step down, prompting her to sue. The row seemingly stemmed from a decision to move its fundraising operation to Africa, and several key figures then walked away from the organization. Yes, but that's not it. They're really not telling the truth. It's There's a lot of things that are going on, and it takes a lot, guys, because she went to the Charity Commission and she went to the courts of the United Kingdom with evidence, and the evidence is so, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll say that I'm wrong, but the evidence must have been so overwhelming that they issued an emergency injunction to preventing the removal of this lady. Okay, and then she goes, and now in a bombshell statement to the Mail, Dr. Chandauka alleged there was a cover-up going at the charity, blasting weak executive management, abuse of power, bullying, harassment, misogyny, and misogynoir, which is discrimination against Black women. Okay? Forget that. Discrimination against Black women. So Dr. Chandauka blasted that the such people then play the victim card and use the very press they disdain. If this is not Harry that she's talking about, she hit out in a volley of accusations at her colleagues. For me, this is not a vanity project like Harry, because Harry uses Sentebale as a card to make him seem respectable. That he's not racist, but he is racist. And that's my opinion. I am an African who has had the privilege of a world-class education and career. I will not be intimidated. I must stand for something. I stand for those other women who do not have the ways and meanings. This is a warning, buddy. I have the ways and I have the means. I am not backing down. Unfortunately, the entire royal family is clasping down and helping Harry, but this lady is going to take them down. This is my take on it. The chair said, I chose to, yeah, they're closing ranks, guys. They're closing ranks because Harry's one of their own. I chose to join Sentebale first and foremost as a proud African who understands that in the spirit of Ubuntu, to whom much is given, much is expected, which means if you're giving a lot, you're expected to do a lot with what you're given, which Harry doesn't understand. Everything I do at Sentebale is in pursuit of the integrity of the organization, its mission, and the young people we serve. My actions are guided by the principles of fairness and equitable treatment for all, regardless of social status or financial means. There are people in this world who behave as though they are above the law and mistreat people, and then play the victim card and use the very press they disdain to harm people who have the courage to challenge their conduct. So discerning readers will ask themselves, why would the chair of the board report her own trustees to the Charity Commission? And why, guys, why would the High Court of England in Wales accept her application to hear the matter at all if the case had no merit? Because they would have dismissed it given the people that is involved. Because beneath all the victim narrative and fiction that has been syndicated to press, this is her, is the story of a woman who dared to blow the whistle. Mic drop. I have one job. I must focus on fundraising for the very important work of the young people who inspire the incredible team at Sentebale, who make sacrifices daily at a time when geopolitics is severely impacting funding for development work in Africa. I am indebted to those who have stood by me and picked up my urgent call for help so that we can continue the mission at Sentebale. I will continue to faithfully perform my role as chair of the board and look forward to the opportunity to work with others who are interested in issues of health, wealth, and climate resilience for young people in Africa. Now, what is very, very interesting here is that um, the she found out that they had issued a statement and they had resigned through the press because they didn't go to her. They went to the press instead. That was a dick move, if you ask me. So that's why we're having that 10-second Gwyneth Paltrow clip. Gwyneth is represented by WME. This was not done for Meghan Markle because Meghan Markle is irrelevant to anybody. Meghan Markle is barely tolerated or talked about. This was done to distract from Harry's scandal, from being called a racist, a misogynist. This was a solid for the royal family, not for Meghan Markle. And unfortunately, I don't know about you, but Gwyneth Paltrow has markled herself because already her Goop brand is in trouble. She has had to lay off 46% of the people. She has suffered loss in year 2024. She's restructuring. So this is just going to make it worse. So I hope she got paid quite a lot of money for those 10 seconds because she got paid to have Meghan there. It wasn't just a favor. She got paid. I hope she got at least $1 million, although her acting, apparently the money that they paid her was not enough for her to look excited. So please let me know what you think of all of this. Are you in agreement with any of that I've said? Do you believe that this was a PR stunt to distract from Prince Harry's being basically found out? And let me tell you something. This is the end for Archwell. You're not going to see $8 more million. Archwell to this date, and this is not new. Prince Harry has had issues with the Sussex Royal Foundation that they've had in 2019, where they couldn't account for the funds that they used to the charity commission, but he got away with it. He's gotten his Archwell Foundation has been found delinquent. Travel List has been in trouble. Archwell has not posted their 2023 nor 2024 IRS thing. And now USID has found that Lesotho, especially Sentebale, has been recipient of about $51.4 million. And they're all already spent. So what do you think? Do you think that Gwyneth has markled herself? Do you think she did herself any favors? How much do you think she got paid to do those 10 seconds? It's unbelievable, isn't it? And how all of Hollywood is for sale and how far the reach of the royal family has, because not even this could drown the scandal that Harry will find herself in. And the money well has dried up because this scandal is going to be the end of Harry receiving charity money, unless Trump decides to keep giving him money from USID. So please leave me your thoughts, beautiful people. And as usual, thank you for watching.